Jai Hind children. Today we are going to study the first lesson of movement book The Lost Child by Mulk Raj Anand. You can see The Lost Child by Mulk Raj Anand. So in this story actually the writer highlights a child's love for his parents, and as the title suggests, the lost child, it means the child goes to the fair and lost. Then what happens in the story? Let's see the story. So you can see the story set in the spring season. As the winter season had just ended, all the people came out of their houses. Actually, what happens when in the winter season, people live in their houses, but in this story, the winter season had just ended and spring season started. So the people came out of their houses. They were very cheerful as the chilling cold weather had ended. People conveyed through different modes, and people visited outside to the different mode of transportation, like foot, like some people goes to the fair, some people go to the fair by foot, by horses, by bamboo carts, and by bullock carts. A little child was accompanied by his parents, and there is a little child who also goes to the fair along with his parents. He ran excitedly and often banged into his father's legs. And the child is very excited because he is going to the fair. As generally children are very curious to know many things, children are very excited. He was full of life, excitement, and laughter. The child was very full of life, the child was very excited, and child was very laughter. Then what happens? You can see, come child come, come child come, called his parents as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. Here, lagged behind means was left behind, means the child was left behind of his parents. Fascinated by means attracted to. The child was attracted by many things. Here, the child was attracted by the toys, and lined the way were set up along the way. It means the child was attracted by the toys, and that's why child was lagged behind, left behind of the parents. And the parents called their child, calling his name. And then what happened? The child started requesting, I want that toy. You can see the child was unable to control his desire any longer. He said that he wanted to buy the toy. His father was very angry. You can see his father looked at him red-eyed. Red-eyed means angrily, in his familiar tyrant's way. And here tyrants means a cruel and oppressive ruler. Means his father was very angry. He angrily looked his child, and then the father's, you can see, eyes grew red with anger. He looked at the child just like a cruel ruler who was trying to oppress him. But his mother melted. Here melted means become tender and loving. You can see, means his mother became soft and said to her child that, look child, what is before you? You can see his mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender, and giving him her finger to hold, said, look child, what is before you? Later his parents called him again, come child come, from the shade of a grove where they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. He ran towards them. Here you can see, grove means a small wood or group of trees. Means the child's parents sat under few woods and trees, and the parents called their child to come and sit along with them. The parents, you can see, called him. They sat next to a well under the shady trees. The child once again ran and joined his parents. Then a shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove, and forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hand. Then what happens? As the child entered the grove, entered the forest, then he forget his parents, and he started gathering raining petals in his hands. But lo, he heard the cooing of doves and ran towards his parents, shouting, "The dove, the dove!" The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. As he saw doves there, he excitedly started crying, started shouting to his parents, "Look, the dove, the dove." And in this way, the raining petals that the child held in his hands dropped from his forgotten hands. After that, the child come the child come to the forest, to the wild. You can see, "Come, child, come," they called to the child who had now gone running in wild capers. Capers means a playful skipping. You can see a playful skipping movement. Capers round the banyan tree, and gathering him up, they took the narrow, winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard field. The child was very excited. He was very curious to know many things. Now he was just under the banyan tree, and then you can see in the picture there is a shop of sweetmeat seller. As the child goes forward, he saw the sweetmeat seller shop, and a sweetmeat seller hogged means crying gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi at the corner of the entrance, and a crowd pressed round his counter at the foot of an architecture of many colored sweets decorated with leaves of silver and gold. As the child goes to the sweet meat seller shop, he sees there many sweets like gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi were put there decoratedly. They were looking very uh, amazing. The child stared open eyed, and his mouth watered for the barfi that was his favorite sweet. And obviously, barfi was a favorite sweet of the child. That's why there was water in his mouth. And the child said slowly, exactly the child murmured only, "I want that barfi." He slowly murmured, but he half knew as he begged that his plea would not be heeded because his parents would say he was greedy. But the child knew very well that his parents would not give him that barfi, and his parents would say that the child was greedy. Without requesting, without requesting to his parents, moved on. So without waiting for an answer, he moved on. After that, as the child goes forward, a flower seller hogged "A garland of gulmohar, a garland of gulmohar." The child seemed irresistibly drawn. After that, the child was attracted with the garland of gulmohar, and he went to the flower shop. He went towards the basket where the flowers lay heaped, and half murmured, "I want that garland." Again the child only murmured, said very slowly that he wanted that garland, but he well knew his parents would refuse to buy him those flowers because they would say that they were very cheap. So without waiting for an answer, he moved on. And as the child knew very well that his parents would not permit him to buy that garland, the child simply moved forward. Later, the child saw holding a man holding a bowl with yellow, red, green, and purple balloons flying from it. As the children are very attracted towards balloon, this child was also attracted. The child was simply carried away by the rainbow glory of their silken colors, and he was filled with an overwhelming desire. Overwhelming means a very strong emotion, means the child was very much attracted towards those balloons. He was overwhelming desire to purchase them all, but he well knew his parents could never buy him the balloons because they would say he was too old to play with such toys. But the child knew very well about the intention of his parents. The child knows that his parents would not allow him to buy those balloons because according to his parents the child was very old and he was not to play with balloons. So he walked again further. He did not request to buy balloons to his parents. After that, you can see in the picture there is a snake charmer, and the child was again excited to see snake there. And what happens later? Let's see. A snake charmer stood playing a flute to a snake which coiled itself in a basket, its head raised in a graceful bend like the neck of a swan, while the music stole into its invisible ears like the gentle rippling of an invisible waterfall. The child went towards the snake charmer, but knowing his parents had forbidden him to hear such coarse music as the snake charmer played, he proceeded further. Again, the child, as he was attracted with the different things before, was again attracted with the snake charmer, and he was attracted with the sound of music, but he knew very well that for his parents this sound, this music was such a coarse, you can see coarse means unpleasant sound. That's why the child moved forward again, and now there was a roundabout in full swing, with which generally children are definitely attracted. Men, women, and children carried away in a whirling motion shrieked and cried with dizzy laughter. The child watched them intently, and then he made a bold request. This time, child requested his parents very boldly, "I want to go on the roundabout, please, father, mother." Then what happens? When his parents did not reply, he turned towards them. Then what happens? Now, when the child cried, when the child requested to go for the roundabout, you can see for the roundabout, when the child requested to his parents and he moved behind to see his parents, there were not his parents present. He turned towards them, he saw that they were nowhere around. He looked around and behind, but his parents were nowhere to be seen. He looked behind. He was searching his parents, but he was not able to see his parents. A full deep cry rose. Now the child started crying. Full deep cry rose. You can see in the picture, after some time he gave up. He started searching. He started looking his parents all around, but he did not find his parents. And ultimately what happened? He gave up. The loud cries turned into mild sobs. He was crying loudly, but gradually his crying started being slowly. He saw some people standing and talking and tried to find if his parents were among them. He started looking his parents. He started asking to different persons there for his parents. The laughter and talks of the people were meaningless for the child, and the people who were laughing there and talking, but those laughing and talking were meaningless for the child. He was simply searching for his parents. He was only looking for his parents. Now what happens in the story? Let's see. There was a man who found the child crying there, and he asked, "How did you get here, child? Whose baby are you?" The man asks. As he steered clear of the mass, the child wept more bitterly than ever now and only cried, "I want my mother, I want my father." And then what happens? When the man held the child, he asked from where he had come here, whose child he was, but listening the child started crying bitterly, and he was crying only for his mother and only for his father. The man started walking back on the same route which the child had taken. From where the child had come here, the man started going back with the same route so that he could find his parents. So he took the child to the snake charmer. He asked him to listen to the nice music being played by the snake charmer. The child shut his ears with his fingers and screamed loudly that he wanted his parents. Now you can see, first he wanted to listen to snake charmer music, but this time when he was offered to listen, he closed his ears and he said he wanted his parents only. He did not want to listen snake charmer music. The man took the child to the bright colored balloons. Lastly, he wanted to buy balloons, but this time he was not interested in buying balloons, hoping that he might get cheered by seeing them. He offered a balloon to the child, but he turned away and wept for father. He was asking only for his father. Finally, the man took him to the sweetmeat seller and offered to buy sweets for him, as the child was very much interested towards barfi. But this time, child was not willing to take barfi. Still, the child did not want his favorite sweet but wanted his parents. So in this way, child was lost and he was looking only for his parents. In short, children, the writer wants to say that how curious and desirable the children are, and they love their parents very much, as when the child was lost he refused to take anything which he was willing before, because children feel very protective with their parents only. Okay children, this was the summary of this chapter. I hope this video will be very useful to you. Thank you very much.